Hello, Victor here at RestoringMercedes.com. This is gonna be a one-off video, kind of. It's a weird one, so I usually do some weird videos from time to time. So here's the car. It's a 96 SL600. We have issues with the roof, doesn't work. We have a solenoid block here, and the car couldn't be repaired for many years because it's weird issue, and I finally found the problem. One of the solenoids, and this is the one. Now the thing is that the solenoid, I never seen them fail, to be honest with you. This is the first one that I've seen that failed, and it didn't fail electrically. Magnet works, it clicks and everything, so it looks like it's fine. So I already cannibalized this thing, and a replacement one is coming. I figured I'll just break it all a piece, break it all apart and see what happens. So there's supposed to be a screen over here, a little screen, which is obviously butchered, so I have to get, so I can get inside. And this is what happens basically. Let me get the let me see if this is gonna reach. Maybe it will reach. This is a funny kind of problem. I mean, I don't know if it's important or not, for anybody to see, or if it's interesting for anybody to see. We'll look down deep inside. Let's just see what happens here. If we can get this thing. All right, look at the dead center, and you will see that there's going to be a little bit of a kind of like a rod will extend. All right, so here the power comes on, and of course it didn't pick it up. Too deep inside. Well, I'm doing it with one hand, so yeah, it's out there. All right. Well, anyway, so that is not visible. All right, fine. Now this little dimple there, this piece right here, you see this, that in the dead center. So basically when the solenoid is off, and I just lost the check ball, and that's just great. 1 second, let me look for that little check ball before I lose it completely, because I mean, I was supposed to do it on the bench, but I figured I'll just do it. All right, let me pause the video, get the check ball back up on in frame rather. Okay, 2 hours later, I find the check ball. So here's the idea here. This little rod that extends out there, supposed to push back in, supposed to get back inside, but it is sticking. It is not retracting. So if it is not retracting, the tiny little check ball here sitting above it, therefore it's not sealing. Above the check ball we have this holder. This little holder holds the check ball in center. It is installed after. Then we have this little spring here that pushes the holder just to center the check ball. And then of course we have the spring retainer right here. So the problem with this valve is that the rod does not return backwards. It's supposed to retract, but it isn't. So check ball does not sit in the seat, and for this reason the valve is bypassing. If I push on it, see, it retracted. That's how it's supposed to be in off position. So something is sticking in there. Maybe the return spring's broken. I don't know what's going on. And I already cannibalized this valve really badly. When I heated it up, it actually started to move, but then it got cold and it gets stuck already. So obviously I'm not putting it back in. Customer has a couple of spares, so we're going to install a spare valve and solenoid rather, and hopefully everything will be fine. Also, some people worked here before me, so I found some foreign objects in there, and one of the O-ring was bad on the solenoid. These two are fine. These two are fine, the replacement units, and they do work okay, except for this last one. and I hope that that is going to fix our problem. We do have an issue with the roof. Module was replaced, the pump was replaced, roll bar, piston was replaced, roll bar rams were replaced, the switch for the roll bar end position was replaced. Those were replaced before. Those are from 93, so I guess somebody was looking for something else. Previous owner, that's what the customer told me. So that is from 1993. I'll show you in a minute. Here we have valves from 1997. All right. Oh yeah, this is released right now because I'm working on this. I wanted to see something here. This is from 93, so this ram is from 93 most likely, along with the roll bar piston. Now these solenoids here, these are 95. I'm sorry, I thought it's 93. 95. So as we can see, sort of a Frankenstein here. So somebody did this for something, and I'll show you the production. Here's the production. 3 of 96. So obviously neither of those are from this vehicle. So this is, like I said, 95, and those are 97. The only one that was original is the one that's broken. That one is 3rd week of 1996, and that makes sense. That's the January of 1996. Car came without panels, so it's easier for me to work with. Panels were already removed, they were just laying on the seat. The bypass valves inside, I actually took pump apart, checked the seals inside. None of them are broken. Swollen, but not broken. O-ring's fine. I relieved the pressure a little bit on the bypass valve in the pump. Both of these bypasses also checked out, so we're okay here. Then I'll adjust them later. O-rings are fine, so yeah. So this is basically it for now. Waiting for the replacement solenoid to come in. Once it's in, I hope it's all going to work again. All right, so this is all for me. It's a crazy little thing. Like I said, this is something that I've seen first time in my life. Because this car, for example, is 1991, so it's built in 1990. So obviously this is like 30-year-old vehicle, 29-year-old vehicle, all original solenoids, all of them, not even single one replaced. Still works. Well, roof control module failed 3 times, but other than that, I already fixed it. But solenoids, all original. So there you have it. And the car was neglected, always outdoors kept. So you know, this is what it is. So that's strange to me. This vehicle was always garaged, and you know, it's just weird that it actually did fail. So this is what we deal here with. I wanted to actually free it up and just try it, but I guess I can't because that piston, it's pressed in, so I have to remove this inner part, and that's pressed in. And once I do that, then I'm gonna score the surface. It's built pretty much once, because on the other end is just a tube, completely solid tube where the piston travels, and electromagnetic coil. The coil is around behind the cylinder here, so this comes out with the coil inside, and the valve is a thin tube. That's where the actual action happens. You know, you got the coil energizes, it pulls the end of the shaft, and it moves, obviously, the valve. But this one sticks, nothing I can do with it. Okay. Lubricating it is not going to yield good results because it's all in oil anyway, and even though given that it's all in oil, hydraulic fluid rather, it's still sticking. So I guess something got in there, maybe rust or foreign object or what have you, who knows. So we're not keeping it in there, just replacing it. Alright, so this is all for me, and this is Victor at StoryMercedes.com. Thank you for watching.